There you go. Oh. Okay.
Hello. Hello there. Oh, we are two as one. Why do couples argue? Well, there are a number of reasons why, and there are 10 exactly that we're going to talk about. But we're going to talk about one in each segment so we can go a little bit more in depth with it. Because what couple doesn't argue, right? I mean,
Well,
not
you
us.
are in the right place because we are perfect. We never had issues. We never argue. We are just good.
Polishing my halo right here, right? And that's the thing is that we're all human, and that's okay. However, when we can learn what are the things that lead us to have arguments, what if we could do something to reduce the number of arguments that we have and to recover quicker, right? And
Yeah,
uh, right?
that's the key.
Yes, yes. Because at the end of the day, we love each other.
Right. Right. We are not perfect, but we love. The
Yes.
love is there. That's important.
Yes. And the sooner you can implement these things earlier on in your relationship, the better the quality of your life together is going to be, right? Because for a lot of people, there's the honeymoon period. Oh, everything's butterflies and unicorns and rainbows and all of that. And then daily life starts to come in and we forget to date our partner, our spouse, and start taking each other for granted, and the nitpicking starts to happen. And
You know, I believe the successful couples are the ones who always live and remain in that state of honeymoon state with unicorns and all. I was talking with actually the last yesterday with a co-worker, and he was talking about to the wife. They've been married like more than 30 years, and the passion, the love. Then he was telling me stuff about to the wife. She was sick for a couple days, and how she he was with her at the hospital praying, and the love that they have each other. I believe they still in that honeymoon state, which is fantastic.
and that didn't just happen. It they nurtured that relationship.
Definitely.
Yes. So without further ado, reason number one why couples argue is because of communication. Couple are they argue about words. I mean, words can hurt, right? And so we can sometimes have communication challenges, and communication challenges isn't always about the words. Sometimes, a lot of times, about the listening. But some people also have grown up in homes where you couldn't talk about things either because it, emotions weren't allowed, or they didn't want to talk about problems, or or you would get yelled at, and there's a lot of different reasons, right? We're all coming from different families where we did things differently.
Well, communication was a little bit difficult in my house because my mom, she was a little bit deaf, so we had to speak very loud.
Oh, like mother, like son.
So yeah, we have a loud communication.
Yeah. One of the things that I've learned is that I notice how he is. Sometimes he's busy and in his mind, and I know it's like, okay, I'm just not gonna say anything right now because I can tell he's busy and in his own mind. I've learned that in that space he's he might answer, but he didn't. It's not really penetrating, and many times, especially with somebody who's a little hard of hearing, is you really need to get their eye contact because sometimes I notice that if I'm not wearing my glasses, it's almost like I don't hear it very well. so, so
That's interesting.
right, and so that's the thing of um,
So hold
getting
on, hold on, hold on.
getting their attention.
So if I said we need to talk, and then you need to go and grab your glasses.
There
That's the moment
you
to
go.
talk.
If
I,
I'm not wearing my glasses, no, forget about
I
it.
didn't notice that before. Okay, good to know.
Yeah. So yeah, really, I will now. If you've noticed, sometimes like, are you ready? Are you ready for me to say something to you?
Oh yeah,
Can you give me your attention?
yeah. Yep.
So hopefully, I only have to say it once, not 4 or 5 times. Um. So, but sometimes words are just misinterpreted, or we make our own assumptions, and sometimes those assumptions can be based on not just our relationship. It could be assumptions that I'm basing on previous relationships, and then might be, and that's not fair, right? Because there, even we could have had something that happened before in our relationship, and now we're in this space, and so me reacting as though it's something else, that's where the, letting you know what I heard you say. So Andres, were you talking about that? Let's say, for example, we're talking about plans tomorrow, and I'm not sure if I heard you say that you had to work or you didn't have to work, or so did you say that you were going to work tomorrow and then we're going to meet after work, or you're going to do something with your son or whatever? Just reiterate what you heard, because then you can clear things up right then and there.
Yeah, that's very interesting. That assumptions are um, very kind of dangerous. I can tell when you don't clarify where the things are going, and as you said, and you are thinking something based on your previous experience. And we had that issue at the beginning of our relationship, and I was very hard for myself. Tried to go over all those situations, took a little bit, and yeah, that hurt our relationship at the beginning.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You're taking some things out of me that wasn't me.
Right.
And it happens a lot. It happens a lot. And that's that old trauma, even if it wasn't, you were almost on your deathbed, but relationship trauma, right? That happens, and where we are hurt, and we're thinking that it's getting ready to happen again, and we want to protect ourselves. So, but a lot of these things can really be cleared up, or we can avoid a lot of arguments, or cut them down to shorter when we remain curious. And so when those assumptions come up for you or for me, like sometimes what I've noticed that I do is when I have certain feelings coming up, that it's like, I feel a certain way about something that you're doing, or something, family wise or whatever, and I'm thinking something in my head, but I don't say it because I know I need to wait. And many times when I wait, things clear up on their own. Now I get to see, oh, there was something else going on. And now I can be in a space where if I had said what I wanted to say in the beginning, then I would have hurt your feelings, I would have hurt our relationship. But instead, now I was like, okay, I'm so glad I didn't say that, because now I see where you are, and now I can be there as a comfort instead of coming at you. Yeah, because I felt a certain way. And it's okay to have those feelings, but just know in the moment is not always the place to be, because I remain curious, I remain patient with myself and with you, and that's good. Also, you were saying something also before about,
Yeah, provide a safe space for
mm,
you, for your partner. It's something beautiful that you can implement in your relationship. Just learn how to read your partner, the reactions, and learn when she or he needs some space, and provide that space. And after a little bit, he may gonna come to you and says, "This is the situation that it's happened to me," and that works really good.
mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
this is something that I really appreciate.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because then also, because I know when you're stressed out, you know when I'm stressed out, we can feel it, and then I can understand what it is that's going on when you let me know what it is that's going on. And the other thing is also speaking in clear, simple ways, and 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 speaking coming from compassion, from a place of compassion, I think is also very important.
You know, the golden rule: treat the others as the same way as you're gonna be treated.
Mhm.
You know, it depends of the topic. You know, the communication not always need to be so serious. I mean, you can play, you can be a little bit sarcastic. I like sarcasm.
I like it too. So we got the same sense of humor.
Yeah, but when there's something that you really want to talk, is something that you need to clarify, then just be honest and be respectful.
Yeah.
Remember, you are talking with your loved one.
Mm.
That, it's important to take in consideration
Yeah.
all the time.
Yeah. Think of it as you're holding your heart. You know, I'm taking my heart and I'm holding it out, and I'm holding your heart, and we have to take care of that, right? It's a beautiful place, and so yes, so that is the communication and how we can get into trouble with it and how we can dig our way out and prevent a lot of arguments. Let us know what are some of the things that maybe you have learned from different relationships. What are the things that work in your relationship? What are the questions you have, topics that you want to hear us talk about? But there's going to be 9 more of these shorter little videos about why couples argue and what you can do to prevent it. Other than that,
That's it.
go out and shine your beautiful inner light. We love you.
Thank you.